Alright, welcome back to the channel. Gonna be throwing some injectors, clutch, and dog bone mount in this TDI here today. And go over a bit of the process for everybody who wants to know how to do it. And yeah, then we can take it out for a rip after. It's getting tuned as well. See how it goes. Alright, first things first. Battery tray, engine cover, all that kind of stuff. Let's get it out and out of the way so we can do what we gotta do here. Glow plug harness. I'm gonna go after these injectors first. Here. Unplug the number 3 injector. Alright, injector lines and everything out of the way. Get the injector hold downs out. Next. $15mm wrench. Now you can rock the injectors. And out they come. All right, now we got our injectors out. Bring them over to the vise. Clamp them in the vise. It's got some schmutz on it. Our 15s. I'll crack the nozzle free. Nozzle's off. Do not tip or move this because it'll fall apart. Now we can grab
Now you want to get the copper crush washer off of here if it's still stuck on. Just be very careful, you don't want to touch the nozzle tip with anything. Crush washer off. I'll slide the injector nozzle out. See, it's all dirty and crusty. Get another rag over here. You want to make sure it's nice and spick and span. I'll grab whatever you got. Okay, now it's all clean inside. Same thing goes for these threads. Make sure there's no contaminants. And we're going to grab our new Bosio tips. Pop the cap off. And then you can see there's 2 pegs in a hole. So we line everything up. Make sure it's seated nice. Nice clean cap. Carefully over the top so that we don't touch the nozzle tip. Tighten it down. And we grab our 15. Just make sure it's bottomed out so that the nozzle's not going to move. Then we torque it to spec. Just got to go look it up again, I can't remember. Alright, so the spec I found for the retaining nut is 33 foot-pounds. You can do the math, figure it out. I'm going to put a link in the description with all the detailed instructions for you to follow if you want to follow along with that as well. And that's one fully assembled. Now we'll do the rest and we'll get them back in the car. Alright, now that they're all done, I'm going to grab our new copper washers. New washer, some grease, just a little dab. And that'll hold the washer on from falling off when you stick it upside down and put it in the car. Get the other ones all set and we'll go put them in the car. Alright, next step clean out all the holes for the injectors. Make sure see that one's got an old washer in there. I don't know if you can see it, hopefully. That one's just really dirty. So clean those out. Use a soft bristle brush or some solvents and a rag, whatever you think. Get them clean. Then we'll move on. Alright, now that the injector holes are all clean, grab your fresh injector with your new washer. Slide her in nice and careful. Push her all the way down. Throw your return line on while you're here. And grab your injector hold down. I like to put a little bit of lube on the little pivot where it sits, or base where it sits, I guess. It's not really a pivot, is it? Then you can slide her on in. And thread her down by hand. Make sure that's sitting nice. Thread her down by hand. And we'll break out the torque wrench once we got all the injectors in. Alright, now the injectors are in, I'm going to torque the retaining nuts down to 20 Newton meters. Oops. Now that's done, you can throw all your return lines on. I can thread injector hard lines on. While you're threading the injector hard lines on, make sure you center the hard line in its seat and then snug the nut down so that they don't leak.
Got to bleed the air out of the fuel system since we had it all open when we did the injectors. So we're going to crack a couple of injector lines here. Get those cracked. Then we're going to just crank it until fuel comes out. You can see we got fuel squirting out. We'll snug these back up. And let's see if that was enough. crack the other ones. Bunch of fuel spurted out when we cracked that. Just another try. Rag down there. Dry up some of that fuel that spilt and bleeding it out. But with that, that'll be it for today in this car. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. We'll catch you on the next one.